Good morning, Team Genesis Associates. Thanks for being with us on this last day of summer. Many of you attended our very special webinar on Wednesday night where we heard MLM celebrity Brian Carruthers deliver a $1 million message. For me, it was a breakthrough experience. Brian reminded us of the huge upside potential of being a home-based business owner, reaping the benefits of both leveraged and residual income. He gave you and me permission to dream big and do big things here. And so we will, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to go to work. Work hard and smart for the next 6 weeks. That'll take you right up to our November convention in Reno. There you'll hear exciting announcements on the next evolution of this great company that includes more amazing products you and your customers are sure to love and more money, lots more upfront money in our pay plan. And I bet you'll love that too. Klaus and I will be there to hear the good news live and in person. We hope to have the chance to meet you there and personally connect with each of you. Moving on, today we have the wonderful Miss Hanna Benson as our trainer. I met Hanna back in March at our first Success Saturday training in Tempe, Arizona, not far from where I live. She and her husband Tom shared their personal story of how our CBD changed their lives as they struggled to recover from injuries they sustained in a near-fatal car accident. You might remember this great couple sharing that story on a Wednesday night webinar earlier this year. Over the course of several months now, Hanna and Tom have been diligently working towards turning that near tragedy into an inevitable triumph here at CTFO. Hanna's tenacity and unwavering commitment to her business are exemplary. That's why it's my privilege this morning to introduce or reintroduce to some Hanna Benson, who's going to share with us business building concepts that have set her up for success, allowing her to quit her job and focus full-time on a much bigger and brighter picture as a business owner. Hanna's on her way to creating a rich retirement for her family that includes optimal health, along with time and financial freedom, a real dream come true. Hanna, we're grateful for you sharing your time and success strategies with all of us. Take it
Great.
away.
Hi. Thank you, Janet. Thank you for having me on this morning. It's my pleasure to help with some trainings because I'm on the Facebook groups, and I realize that a lot of people are struggling with how do I get customers and how do I get them to buy and things like that. And it's been a struggle for us as well. So it's not uncommon. But so what I want to talk about today is slow and steady wins the race. And I'm going to cover 5 different topics. One of them is from Brian Carruthers, because I was on those calls and trainings and they were absolutely fabulous. And I bought the book as well and read it yesterday, and Tom's reading it today. So everybody needs to find out about that book and purchase that as well. But we're going to cover one of the things out of one of his topics is to get to, and that's lessons from a millionaire, Brian Carruthers. How to do this, how to set up your story, accountability, and staying positive. So the to get to is you getting 2 people a day, if you can, and getting 2 people to look at the business and or sign up. Okay, that might be a struggle for some because I know everybody's on time constraints with work and stuff, but like Brian says, if you can set up some time in the evening, maybe on your lunch break, if you're out and about, you know, there's times that you can talk to people, text them, email them, go on Facebook and things like that. So working to try and get to. You have to pique their interest, you have to tell your story, and then you know, once they get into the business and join, then you've got to work with them how to do the same thing, you know, getting them to get to get to. So it's just the little things. And that's where the magic happens, is when you have a lot of people doing a little bit of work, but it's consistent. You know, you can't do this part-time if you want to make $1 million, you know, but if you want to just make a little bit of money where, you know, $500, $1,000 a month, is going to help you financially and then be able to pay for products so that your health is better, then you work at your pace. But the to get to. So if you get to 2 a day for 30 days, that's 60 contacts. And Brian says 5% of those will convert over and be recruits. So that would be 3 your first month. Then you teach those 3 recruits plus yourself doing that as well. So then the second week, if everybody got that too, that would be 240 contacts. 5%, you'll be adding 12 more into the mix. So then the next week, you would be adding 18 because you're having, 48, and then you'd have those 48 plus those 12 plus those 3. So it keeps compounding. So in 5 weeks, like Janet was saying, is our Reno event, then, if it worked out like that, you'd have 1,023 recruits. How awesome would that be? Realistically, a lot of people aren't going to get that. But if you try and strive for that and work at it every day, don't give up, then it can happen. And that's what I'm doing. I read this from Brian. It was a couple page thing on his email, on his website. It was a free thing. So I clicked that on and read it and went, okay, let's try and get to a day, because, I hit the 5K and, it bounces around, went down below 5K. I'm trying to get above that. I'm working with some of my team players now to get to that 5K, trying to hopefully get a couple there before Reno. And then that's great. They'll be up on stage and I'll feel great about that. But also you have to get them to buy, because, if nobody buys a product, there's no money. So you have to reinforce that with them. They have to be a product of the product. You have to pick something that you want to try. We have over 80 products. There's something for everybody. We use the Gold 1000 now because of our past challenges that we had after our accident. And I use the face stuff. We use, my mom uses the gummies. So you've got to be a product of the product. So now we're going to go on to how to do this. So a lot of people are posting on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, and face-to-face, whatever you're comfortable with works for you. It doesn't have to be any particular thing, what you do best. Or, face-to-face. I'm not a good face-to-face because I was used to working in my physical therapy practice, working just one-on-one and not going out and just talking to a million people. I'm really an introvert. So, for me, going out and striking up conversations, I have to push myself. I do it. And I've gotten a few people that way, but it's not my most comfortable. So you have to sometimes go out of your comfort zone. But what I found was I was learning about the LinkedIn. I joined that. And in order to get people watching you and doing things, they say you've got to get over to 500 connections. And you have to make sure that on your site, the background picture, you have something different than just their blue background. And then you have to put something that's going to pique their interest in that title right under your picture. You want a nice picture, something that shows you, could be doing something, could be just your face, whatever. But put something that's going to pique their interest so they kind of know what you're doing, but maybe not totally what you're doing, so that they're going to want to go down and click on and read more about you and find out what you're about. And then people are going to start wanting to connect with you. Now, another thing I learned on there from somebody else that has a gazillion connections was that when you're going through and scrolling through the articles, if there's something that attracts your attention, like it. And if you make a comment, which you should make some comments, you'll read other people's comments, put some comments, like their comments, make some comments, like your own comment. And then more people will start looking at you and wanting to connect with you. So I just got a huge, I'm hoping he's going to be huge, off of LinkedIn. He's a business owner and connected with me because I put about our pet products, and that piqued his interest. So he's back in Ohio. So we meet, on the phone. We've done some 3-ways already, and he's ready to get this going because he's got a customer base already with his medical supply business, and wants to bring the CBD into that as well. So, it's just connecting with people. I told one of our other associates about Idaho, I said, look at my LinkedIn page, see some of the people I'm following. You can follow them too, because a lot of people might connect with you that won't connect with me. So it doesn't matter if you're following some of the same people or things like that. People are going to connect differently, and that's great. So, a lot of people post on Facebook as well, but what you also need to do is not just post the products all the time. People want to know that you're a real person and that you have a family life and somebody else they can connect with. So, you might put on there that, yeah, my shoulder hurts, or I've got knee pain or something, and this is what I do. I post a little bit of both. I put inspirational things on. Klaus is great at that, and I copy and paste his all the time and put them on different platforms. Thank you, Klaus. And, anything that he posts like that, from what I understand, you're welcome to copy and paste and put on your pages and use it. Change the links if there's a link. I try not to put links in it so other people can just, use it too. And then sometimes I'll take some of their wording, but then I'll change it, I'll copy it out and I'll change out some things, add in some of my stuff, because there's some things that, is what I would say. And there's some things maybe that I wouldn't say. So I change it up a little bit and then post it, and that's great. So it's whatever you're comfortable with. I do a little bit on Instagram. It's just, now just it is a little bit more time consuming when I'm doing, so many. So if you can pick two ways to do it, I would say to start and get good at those two. So I'm doing more of the LinkedIn, and then I'm also doing paid leads, which we'll get to in a little bit. But, pick two that you're comfortable with. If you like going out and talking to people, do that. If you're not good with that, but you're good on Facebook or you're good on Instagram, do those. But you got to be trying to get two people all the time. Email is still great. I have to build up my emails, that I wasn't good at. So you have to find something that you're good at and let other people that are good at something else on your team do that. So it all works and everybody's getting those two. And then maybe by the time we get to the Reno convention, you'll have more people on your team, and that's when you can get really excited about it. So the next thing is your story. And I read a great thing on how to get your story going, because people want to hear your story. We have our story about our accident and how we still had our residual pain and how we found the CBD. We tried others. And then I actually found a doctor of physical therapy on LinkedIn that I connected with and got me into CTFO. So we started using the products, found great relief almost immediately with it, and, started using it. We had another setback with my husband last year. We got very ill, and I really feel that the CBD oil, once we got home, helped his recovery tremendously, because the doctors have no clue why he got well so fast. So you have to get your story. So when did you start or get a call to get into CTFO, or when did you think about CBD oil? Some people like us, I was looking for something for the pain. Some people are looking for a business opportunity. So when did you start or get your call? And then what were you facing? What was your biggest challenge and any hope of feeling actually not hope, but feeling frustrated and that you needed hope, you needed something to change. So what were you facing, your biggest challenge? Then, and that's the pit. So, and then the journey is searching and struggling to find the answer to your solution or your problem. And that's where people connect to you, because they connect to your problem and then you have the solution, okay? And that's what we were looking for. We had this pain that wasn't going away. I needed to find something other than pharmaceuticals, because I'm pretty much anti-pharmaceuticals, much as can be, even in the medical field. So you have to figure out, your solution, and then write that down, what your struggle was, what got you better? Was it getting out of debt? Was it getting extra money? Was it taking away pain? You put that down. Okay. Then your breakthrough, the moment you find the secret and how it changed your life. Okay. So whether, you needed the money and you started, working and slowly, and now you're getting $500 a month, $1,000 a month, whatever it is, then that's your solution. For us, our solution was getting rid of the pain. And yes, we did have medical bills and stuff. So we also had money challenges. When you're not able to work and do things, you stop working, the money goes away. So we had some challenges with that as well. So I always managed to buy the product. It's like you have to buy the product. You have to be a product of the product, because when I finally said, okay, I want to really promote this as a business, you have to use the products. If you don't use the products, if you can't find a way to get the money, you need to, because you can't say what it does to you without really feeling it. So I know I have some people on my team, they don't buy the products and they don't know why they're not doing anything. It's because you really have to be a product of the product, and everybody says that. So that's getting back to your results then, your better health, your wealth, the happiness, knowing that you can get through everything and then start moving towards some of those dreams that you have. And you have to dream big. Without dreaming big, you're not going to get anywhere. I have a dream board that I made. It's behind me. And I did that actually before I got into CTFO, because I was doing affiliate type stuff, and it talked about dream boards and stuff. So I've, got magazines and started making dream boards. And I've already crossed off a couple things on those dream boards, on the dream board for us. There's still a few left, but now I have to add more, because I have to dream a little bit bigger, because some of those things got crossed off. So you can do that too. So you want to share your story, get your story, getting back on track here. Share your story with everybody, those 2 people a day, whoever, 5 people a day. If you have more time one day and not so much another day, you work it into your schedule, but you need to probably block out some time that you could go somewhere away from the family and the kids or whatever. If it's in your car at lunchtime and you can go out there and concentrate and make some calls, that's a great time to do it as well. So share your story, get those two, and teach those people to get those two. Now, with accountability, you have to be accountable to yourself. You can get very negative because your mind will tell you, okay, you really can't do this today. You've got to go to baseball practice with your kids, or you've got to go to the dentist, so I can't do it today. Your mind's going to keep telling you can't do it, because you hear all those people telling you, oh, you can't do that. It's not going to work. So, your mind tries to talk you out of it. So you have to turn that around and start being positive. When I'm making my calls during the day, I put on my favorite country western channel. Gets me in a great mood, because other stuff can get so negative. So get yourself in a better mood. Try and be positive, tell yourself it's going to work. I've got these goals. Put that dream board together. Put some big things up there, the car that you want, the house you want to live in, the vacations you want to go on, and start thinking about that and look at that daily and change that mindset. It's all a mindset. So you have to be accountable to yourself first. And then Brian Carruthers was talking about accountability partners. And I've read that before and I've heard that, but I really didn't have anybody right here to be a partner with me. Let's become, I need a partner to help, because, Brian had said the other night, every other day he was saying, oh, this isn't working. I need to go do something else. And then you've got to change your mind and say, no, I've got to keep doing this because I know it's going to work. And the front part when you're doing all this work is when you don't make any money or you make very little money. But once you keep doing it, and then you're finally making some money and you're getting checks every week. We're getting checks every week. And And my husband will click on his thing and say, I got paid today. And then I'll look at mine and say, I got paid today too. And that's a fun, great feeling. So we've got to, when you start getting that, it's a fun thing. And then that keeps you going. So it's great that we get paid every Wednesday, because that can keep you positive. So getting an accountability partner that maybe you could get with every day, say, okay, this is what I did today. Or I was in my affiliate marketing, they did an actual accountability group, and it went for 6 weeks. And it had a list of different things, how many times did you post on Facebook? How many groups? How many people did you talk to? How many people came into your business? Different things that you're doing. And each little thing gave you a point value. And we had to go into this computer system and put in each day what we did, and then you saw people that were working and you saw people that weren't working. And then you're like going, I want to beat this guy. I've never been a real competitive person, but I wanted to beat somebody on there. So then it was like, I got to do more. And it actually started paying off. And then we got in our recs. So that kind of changed things. But then that led us to CTFO, which has been absolutely amazing. So if somebody wants to be an accountability partner with me, let me know, because I would love to have somebody as an accountability partner. Or if we would like to put a group together, that'd be fabulous as well. So, and we could work that out. Now, the other thing is just staying positive. You need to reward those small wins. Okay. Every time, you talk to somebody, get up and do a little jig or something. I jump around the kitchen sometimes, kind of like a crazy woman, but that's okay. Because it gets me happy into that happy place, and being positive. A little win, if you got somebody that came on board that bought product. I actually had 2 new ones this past week that came on that bought products, and it's like, yay, So, maybe going out on a dinner date, going somewhere special, going hiking, doing something that you like to do, but something that you don't do all the time, that makes it a reward for you. Go get a massage, go get your hair done, get your nails, whatever. Guys, whatever you like to do. I don't know exactly what guys do for rewards. But, staying happy and rewarding yourself, because then that's just going to change your aura. It's going to change how you feel about things. And when you're talking to people know when you're talking if you're happy or not, because if you're smiling, it changes your voice and everything. So sometimes, if you're just kind of dreading doing it, like I said, put on some music, have a mirror, put a mirror in front of you and smile, because it does change how your voice is and how it reflects. And, when you're happy and excited about something that's going right, more people are going to want to follow you. But if you're just like, oh, hello, yeah, we got this great business, you want to join me? They're not going to want to join you. Why would they want to join that? So you have to, get yourself up, get positive. You need to get going no matter what, and don't give up. Brian had that book, and I know it's been talked about. I got it yesterday. It's not a very big book. It's a small book, but it talks about network marketing. And because there's, a lot of negative stuff about network marketing, and getting, it's a pyramid thing. And he has a great example in that book of what to say about it's not a pyramid. And he uses real estate as an example. So, with real estate, you've got your broker, you've got all of your agents. So the broker makes money off of everybody in the office. I have my real estate license. I worked in an office, and there was about 10 agents in there, and the broker made a little bit of everything that went through that office. And if you were just a beginner, they took a bigger chunk of your money. So, if that's, people say, well, you're a pyramid. Well, is real estate a pyramid? Well, no. Well, we're kind of like that. It's working smarter and not harder. What would you rather have? 100% of what you do, or 10% of what 1,000 people are doing? Hey, I'll take the 10% of what 1,000 people are doing, because in the long run, it's going to keep going and keep going and keep going. It's like the insurance business too. You don't stop paying your car insurance, right? They take that money every month, every month, every month, every month, every month, and you don't even think about it. So that's what you have to get with every month, every month, every month. You've got to get on one of the products. You know, you need to put it on auto ship, because if you don't do it, I mean, you put it on auto ship and you don't think about it. Now, on my auto ship, being I have my husband's got his own business, I've got my own business, and I have my mom, so I have her gummies. She's 91, and I give her a gummy every day, and I have her on auto ship, so I don't think about that auto ship. But sometimes I want to change up what I'm getting, so I may go in and change it, you know. But if you just want the same thing every month, every month, every month, that's great, and then you don't have to worry about qualifying then. So you can do that. And then, you know, you want to try something new. I like to try different things, because if you don't try them, you don't know what they're going to do. So some of the skincare products I absolutely love. Like I said, I use the gummies. My grandkids, they're 6 years old each, and they need CBD. You know, it's not just for people that are already in pain and hurting. It's something that they need to function, and hopefully maybe decrease their risk of getting other things too. So they love to get a half a gummy. I give them a half a gummy. And, you know, it kind of changes their mood a bit too. Sometimes when they're a little crazy and high strung and they need to calm down, I'll just go ahead and, okay, it's time for half a gummy. And they're like, yay. So, you know, so getting different things like that, you've got to start using those things. Now, the other thing, with Brian Carruthers, he's talking about paid leads, and I started that. I got with Janet and talked to her about it, and, you know, found out what will work for CTFO as compared to what Brian's business is. And since our business is free, I've changed it a little bit yesterday after talking to her, and now I'm going to try that out on my new leads. And so I'm doing some paid leads. Because I really want to get this business up and running and going a lot more than what it is, because my husband and I, we want to travel and do a ton of things. So the paid leads, you know, can work, and Janet's had success with that already too. And so, you know, like I said, we talked about the book. Janet can post the book, or Klaus can post it, and read the book. It's not a hard read. It's got some great information. And then the last book that he did, he actually has a roadmap to network marketing, multi-level marketing. So I want to get that book and just see what he has in there too. You know, books are cheap. You learn so much stuff, and it's so great to do that. So, you know, just a few little things like that. So working on getting to helping your people, getting on 2 ways of working your business, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, face-to-face, however you can do it. You know, try to work on 2 things every day. Get your story together, share your story, become accountable to yourself, stay positive, you know, find a partner that you can connect with and talk to every day, and find out who's doing what, and be accountable to each other. But you need to be accountable to yourself. And then, you know, staying positive, reward those wins, as little as they are, you know, because a lot of us, you know, we're not making that great money yet, but that's my goal, is to get up there, to be where Klaus and Janet are, and be able to do so many things with our kids and not have to worry about that money. And I know our health is better because we're taking the products. So with all of this said, I know it's been now just about a half an hour. So I'm going to say, you know, do those things. You can contact me. I'm on the group with Klaus and Janet. And if you want to contact me, if you want, you know, you missed something or you need to write something down about your story, text me. I'm available. I'm here to help anybody. And let's all just start winning and moving up and getting to Reno. We've got our tickets, and it's going to be great to meet a lot of people there. I'm just hearing some great things about it, so I'm so excited. So with that said, I'm going to sign off for today. And thank you, Klaus and Janet. You both are amazing leaders. And I love you guys. And we'll see you all in Reno. Have a great Saturday.